When people ask me where to find suppliers or where to buy their inventory, hello beautiful electric people, welcome to the Electric Project. My name is Sophia and here on this channel we become the best versions of not only ourselves but also our businesses. For those who don't know me yet, I am the founder of Electric Jewelry, which is a jewelry brand with several retailers right now and our own online store. In the description box I put all the links of this video, so check that out in the description box. I have been an entrepreneur for 4 years now, and I remember the days when I was looking for suppliers and checking out the products I would like to sell as an entrepreneur. I was searching the internet for different platforms to find wholesalers, but nowadays it's so easy to find a supplier or manufacturer that fits your needs. When people ask me where to find suppliers or where to buy their inventory, I like to recommend Alibaba.com. Alibaba makes it so easy to find new suppliers from all over the world. They have 40 categories of products, so you will definitely find your product there. And it's a very user-friendly platform. And in this video, I will tell you all the tips and tricks you need to know before you start browsing Alibaba.com. There are huge opportunities right now regarding e-commerce, and Alibaba.com makes it so easy to buy products for low buying prices and being able to sell them ×2 on, for example, Shopify or Amazon or any other platform, and even offline. Now let's get into the beginner tips for sourcing wholesale products online. Let's get into it. Something I really like about Alibaba.com is that they have this feature on their website where you can search by photo. So for example, I see a product somewhere in real life or on Instagram and I have no idea what to call this product. You just take a screenshot or take a photo, and at the top of the website on the right side of the searching bar you can click the little photo camera icon, and there you can upload your photo and it will show all the photos that look similar, so that way you can find products super easily without even typing the name of the product. Now you see all the products that are similar to what you are looking for, and the next thing you want to do is look for minimum order quantities that are low. When you're just starting out, you're not looking to buy 50,000 pieces of your first product. On the left you can actually filter your search results on minimum order quantity, and let's say we will put it between 1 and 20, so you can also see suppliers that have no minimum order quantity, which is even more great. Once you have found a product you like, and see what company is actually selling the product. Things I would look for are how many years are they active on Alibaba.com, do they have good reviews, of course, and you can also see more company details like how many workers are there, how many machines do they have, how many products can they produce per day. These are things that are nice to know and see who you are doing business with. So once you have found a manufacturer you think you can trust and has good reviews and all of that, you can send them a message, tell them what kind of product you would like to buy, maybe ask some questions, and the next thing you want to do is ask for a sample. I would recommend asking for a sample when it's a personalized product, so you can see how it actually looks in real life. But if it's just a product for dropshipping, it's good to test the product you're selling, but it's not per se necessary because it's just the product as is. There's nothing different from the photos. But when it comes to personalized products, it is of course different from the photo the seller is showing. So that's the reason why I would ask for samples. When it comes to sampling costs, it is quite normal to pay for sampling costs, but if you place an order after the sampling, then usually the supplier would take this amount of the total amount you will have to pay, so that way you're not really paying for your samples. Then the next thing, since we're talking about money, most important things when you're talking to suppliers is, first of all, try to build a relationship with them. Building relationships with the people you do business with can bring many advantages. It's more personal, you actually feel like you're really talking to someone. It's also kind of, they would do more for you if they know you more personally. I don't know how to explain that, but it's just more human. Even though you guys are, I don't know how many countries apart, it's still super important to build a relationship also for the future. With having a great relationship with your supplier comes negotiating. When you have a good relationship, you kind of feel more comfortable to negotiate, and the supplier will also feel more comfortable to actually say yes to the things you are negotiating about. Since we are talking wholesale, negotiating is completely normal, especially if you are doing business with them many times. Let's say you are ordering for the second or third time, then you can say, hey, listen, I am ordering this for the third time. I love your products. I love doing business with you. Can you give me a certain discount or no shipping, stuff like that. So how does shipping the products you are buying wholesale, how does that work? You're most likely buying from a country overseas. When it comes to shipping, you have 3 options. So the first option is just by courier, like buying from Amazon, for example. This is the most familiar option, but it can be quite expensive if the items you're buying are a big package or has a lot of volume. Then the shipping costs are going up. And then you also have sea freight is the cheapest option, but it takes a little bit longer to get your wholesale goods. I personally would recommend sea freight. It's just more cost effective. When you are choosing for sea freight, you have 2 options, and most likely your supplier will ask you, is it FOB? FOB means free on board, which means the supplier will actually make sure that the costs for the sea freight are being paid, so you don't have to handle these things yourself. So the only thing you will have to do when you are choosing for FOB is actually receiving the items instead of receiving the items and then having to pay for the sea freight. So that's already handled upfront by the supplier. So these were all the things you have to know before buying wholesale products. It's quite a lot of information, but like I said, there are so many opportunities when it comes to selling on your online store. I would definitely give it a try, see how it works for you. If you would like to receive more tips and tricks when it comes to e-commerce and entrepreneurship, don't forget to click the subscribe button, put a thumbs up if you like this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!